Hello everybody, this is Marcus Tool in my home orchard. It is April, I believe it's the 27th, and I want to talk about a little bit of a project, sort of an ongoing project, future project for my plum trees. I'm already beginning to plan out my summer pruning this year. Even though it's still spring, the plum trees have plums on them, but I am doing some things to prepare for the summer. This particular plum tree is the Tool's heirloom, and it's one of the oldest plum trees in the orchard, and it's a strain that's been in my family for quite some time. And this tree, I need to do some corrective pruning on it, something I shouldn't ever allow happen in the first place. We approach this trunk, and we get to the bottom of it. The original trunk, the original leader is on the left, and when that reached a certain size, in fact, you can see there was a branch coming out, an old branch coming out to the here that I had cut off at one point. I should have left it and cut off this, what's now a major trunk, but what started out as a water sprout, which had more vigor than that branch. And I let that water sprout grow up, and it has, I mean, it's a nice big healthy trunk, but that is not a good junction with the main trunk, and it's one that's going to make the tree very prone to splitting. So I've kind of come to the decision that development with this tree is such that it's time to correct this. And so after the tree gets through with its harvest towards the end of June, I'm going to cut this part of the trunk off and let one of these water sprouts that are coming out of this other trunk replace it as a main trunk. That's actually why I'm leaving those water sprouts be and letting them grow, is I plan to use them to become a new trunk, and I will make sure that the angle at which they come out of the tree is a better one than that down there. Usually as plum trees age, they need to have a major branch taken out of them every now and then for the sake of creating regenerative growth and to kind of start over with a major branch. And you do that every few years just to keep the tree full of fresh, vigorously growing wood. You know, for example, this one here is one such branch, and it is a project of me pruning this one off here. And there are other similar examples of this on this tree, as it's an older tree. Come over here, we see a similar example on this really huge tree. This is my Mariana plum. Has a big crop of plums on it. But this spring, I did a similar prune on it for a lot of the same reasons. I took some major branches out. I wanted to open up the center, but I also wanted to get a regenerative branch out. And when these branches, whichever one I choose to replace the one that got cut, when they start get big enough, I'll actually take one of these lower branches out, and it'll kind of replace both the branch that got cut and one of the lower branches. I have a similar thing going on with this plum tree here. This is a Robusto plum. And the Robusto plum started out as a scion that is grafted onto a peach rootstock. One of the reasons why the tree, even though it's one of the original trees, is much smaller than the others. And when the tree got about 12 years old, it started kind of declining, just because, you know, that's what peach rootstocks do. They kind of poop out because peaches don't have near as long a lifespan as a plum does. And so I kind of built up the soil using a lightweight soil around it, and the plum scion has since rooted. And since the plum scion, all of a sudden the tree went from being a peach size tree to trying to become a plum size tree. So right here, this is where an old branch was cut off, but this branch went out, but didn't go, you know, it only went out like 3 or 4 feet. The new branches come in and it goes way up and is more typical of what you would expect for a plum tree than what you would expect for a peach tree. Well, I'm trying to get a similar thing to happen over here on the other side. And so I've cut a branch, and the tree has responded by producing this water sprout. And I'm letting that water spout grow. It's not going in the right direction, but this summer, when it's time to do the summer prune, I'm gonna take this branch here out, and then I'm gonna put a pole out and put a pole out about here, and then I'm going to train this water sprout out so that this will grow up into another major branch that will get taller than the old branches of the tree, and become another vigorously growing branch, and the tree will become more symmetrical and look more the way that a plum tree should look. And it'll be more plum tree size than peach tree size. So that's kind of the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video. Beautiful plum crop in all the trees. And then, you know, got this other young tree here. This has got a really pretty plum crop in it. This is the Ridgeland plum. But I don't want to make this video any longer. And thank you very much. And that's what I have going on today. Thank you.